everybody, and welcome back to Plus Ultra Pitching. Today we are going over another warm-up to get you ready to pitch, and today is going to be a little bit different. So we've gone over warm-up exercises you can do to start activating the muscles you're going to use to pitch. We've gone over plyometric drills that will really help just increase your overall athleticism that will translate to your pitching. And today we're going to go over a warm-up that I've been using with my girls to help mobilize all of their joints. I've started using this because where I am, it is really getting into softball season. So my girls are pitching a lot in games, and I know that now that they're pitching a lot, they may not be mobilizing quite as much. So I really like these drills to just keep your joints happy. Now to do this, I like to start with our shoulders. I'm going to start with my right hand. What we're going to do is keep our hand facing down or in towards our body and bring it across your chest, up, and then as we come around, so right now my biceps next to my ear, we're going to twist. We're going to start twisting my hand as my arm continues to move back, so that as you come down next to your hip, my palm is facing away from my body. And we're going to do the same thing in reverse. So now we're going to go back and start twisting my arm back around and forward, so we can get that full range of motion in the shoulder joint. You're going to do at least 3 on each side, 3 to 5 for both arms. The next thing that we're going to do, still working on that shoulder joint, as you can see, I've got my lovely pistachio croc with me today as my prop. And we're going to start working our shoulders, protracting and connecting and all that fun buzzword stuff. All we're going to do is activate our shoulders here. Hold the croc out in front of you at about shoulder height. And what we're going to do, watch my body and then watch my shoulders. My body's not moving, but my shoulders will move forward and then they'll come back. Move forward and then come back. So my shoulders are the only thing moving. All I'm doing is pinching my shoulder blades together. And I like the croc, or if you have something in front of you that you're trying to touch, that way you are actively moving your shoulders back and forth. After our shoulders, we're going to move on to our elbow. So again, we're standing, elbows glued to our ribs in this case, and now palms facing out towards you, my audience. Insert Bane voice there. And what you're going to do is pull your palms up towards your sky until they're about parallel with your elbow. And it's not just a motion, right? Act as if you're actually trying to pull something up and off the ground, add some resistance. And then we're going to rotate our hands to face down, palms down, and push something away from your body. I'm going to start getting that rotation in the elbow, push it away. Again, once you do 3 to 5 of those, we're going to do the opposite. So now palms start facing back. We're going to pull the back of our hands up to parallel, flip our hands, and bring them back down towards our body. Once our elbows are good, we're going to move on to our wrist, which is all of my pitchers' least favorite part of this warm-up, but arguably for a pitcher, one of the most important. I have them hold their forearm so that they can't move their arm in every direction. And what you're going to do, put your palm flat out like you're trying to take money from somebody, and then pull your fingers up towards the sky because you don't want their money anymore. And then bring your fingers, see, this is where my pinky finger is. Point all your fingers in the direction of your pinky finger. Point all your fingers down towards the ground so that so now they're all going in the direction of my thumb, more or less. My wrist could use a little bit more rotation. And then you're back in your starting position. You're going to do 3 rotations in each direction. So when I say each direction, once you've done 3 to the pinky side first, then you're going to go to the thumb side first, down and around, thumb side, down and around on both wrists. At this point, I like to use one of my favorite Qigong exercises that I've learned from Kseni. I'll link her YouTube channel to the description below. And we're going to do 14 or so, I've just been calling them spinal twists. We're just going to open up our spine by swinging our arms from side to side, letting our hips lead the movement, staying nice and loose and relaxed. Once you've got about 14 or so of those, we're gonna put our hands on the back of our body and we're gonna start rotating our hips. This should feel, don't over stretch. If you have the chance to check out Ksenia's videos, she will tell you that this should feel comfortable and it should feel nice. It shouldn't feel forced at all. So you're gonna do about 5 or so in each direction. We spend a lot of time on my hips during my warm-ups. Now we're gonna move on to some single leg exercises. You can hold on to a wall or something if you need to, but if you can do it without, I prefer you doing it without. What we're gonna do is lift our knee across our body, just like we did for the shoulder exercises. Open the gate, and then let it relax, and then we're gonna bring it back in. We're gonna do 5 or 6 on each leg. So then you would go over to the other leg. You might find one leg is easier to balance on than the other. That's okay. That's a good thing to work on, actually. Once you've done that, we actually go down to the floor. And then we get into a stretch called the 90-90 stretch. So this is called 90-90 because our front thigh is going to be facing straight out in front of you with a 90-degree angle here. Our back thigh, in my case, my right thigh, is going to be facing straight out towards the side at a 90-degree angle to my body. So my thighs are making a 90-degree angle, and then there's a 90-degree angle also at both of my knees. I also call this the cheerleader pose because if you go to basketball games, a lot of cheerleaders sit like this. And what we're going to do here is 3 to 5 reps of pushing your chest over this front shin. You should feel a nice stretch and activation in this front leg. Then you're going to come back. And now we're going to lift this back foot without lifting anything else, keeping our knee on the ground. Boom. And of course I showed you the side that's harder for me first. But we're going to do 3 reps on each side. So leaning over that shin and then getting the internal rotation by lifting this heel off the ground. My heel doesn't go that far. See? Boop. Doesn't go super far. We're going to do, then you're also going to do 3 more on the other side, where you lean forward and then boop off the ground. I'm showing you this side to show you that my left side of internal rotation is much better than my right side. So be patient with yourself and just recognize that the body does have some asymmetries and that that's okay. After our hips, we're going to move down to our knees. So hook your hands underneath your knees. And what we're going to do is point our toes in towards our body. We're going to straighten our leg, point our toes away from our body, lower our leg. Do 3 in this direction, at least. And then 3 in the opposite direction, meaning toes face out, away from our body to start. We'll extend our leg, point our toes in, and then come down. You're going to do this again for both legs. Once you're done with the knee, we're going to go onto our ankle. So I like to cup my top hand over my shin, just like we did for the wrist, to make sure that it's not our leg doing the work, but it's our ankle. And we're going to give me at least 3 big ankle rotations in each direction for that ankle. All right, at this point, I would have my pitchers, at this point, their joints have all been mobilized on both sides. I showed you on one side, but you would do the other side at the same time. And I would have them then go into 10 glute bridges, 10 dead bugs, and 5 push-ups. So go back to my other video if you need a reminder on some of those exercises, and we would then go into our plyometric drills. All right, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. We put out new videos every single week. And a big, big thank you to everyone who has already subscribed. We really appreciate your support. All right, I will see you guys next week. And as always, plus ultra.